Thank you guys so much for joining us today as we kick off our 2023-24 guest speaker series. We appreciate you taking the time to come and listen to us as we host our guest speaker, Miss Lexi Dial. Just as a heads up, this will be recorded, and you guys will have the opportunity to ask questions at the end. So you can type them in the chat as we move along, or at the end, if you want to have students come up and unmute, that works too, whatever works best for your classroom. All right, so without further ado, I'm going to turn it over to Lexi. Please give her your undivided attention, and we are super excited to hear from you, Lexi. Take it away.
Hi, my name is Lexi Dial. I'm with Independent Plumbing Solutions. We are a local plumbing company that services all of northern Colorado. And I'm kind of here today to talk to you about not only jobs in the trades and careers in the trades, but also how to get there and the different ways that you can achieve a career, and maybe in a more of an alternative way than we thought. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen and start with telling you a little about myself. Here we go. Like I said, my name is Lexi Dial. I'm a project coordinator here with Independent Plumbing Solutions. I helped develop the Registered Apprentice program, which is something we're going to talk about a little later. I have a big background in change management, and I also do project coordinating for our remodel and commercial department. Here in our plumbing business, we have service plumbing, residential plumbing, which is brand new houses, remodel plumbing, and then commercial plumbing, which is, the sports dome you see and stuff like that. How I got here was a little bit of everything. I have a past in early childhood development, which I think can set you up for just about anything. Working with kids sets you up with working with anybody. So I think that's a great thing to throw out there. But I have a lot of experience in project management. I did change management out as a consultant at the VA in Denver. And the education that I have is I've got a couple associate's degrees that I got over the years, but I've gone through and learned by mentors mostly. So we're going to talk about some careers in construction and the different things. We live in, all of us are in this northern Colorado kind of area, and construction is a huge industry in this area. And through that, there's a lot of jobs that are offered through the construction industry. A lot of people sometimes think of it as a second tier instead of a first tier career. And I'm kind of here to change a little bit of that maybe. But a few of the construction opportunities out there that you see like every day on a construction site, like plumbers, electrician, HVAC, we've got roofers and steel workers. And kind of behind the scenes of that, you're going to see people that are scheduling those individuals. You're going to see people that are project coordinating the whole projects, getting everything ready legally, material wise. We're going to work with suppliers, and we're going to have warehouse management. So when we think of paths in construction, there are paths that, yes, you're going to use your hands every day, and you're going to be out there doing stuff on your feet in buildings. But there are also many pathways that are behind all of those front-facing jobs that you see, as well as what I do. And so that's something to keep in mind as you move forward. Why, maybe why would you consider going into a construction career, construction pathway of some kind? One of the biggest feedbacks we get from our plumbers is the satisfaction of hands-on work. Many of us, our favorite thing isn't to sit in a space all day, maybe stare at a computer or have to work with paperwork and some of us are really good at that, but not everybody. And there are ways that you can get out there and work with your hands and see the fruit of your labor in front of you. And you can start with, a dirt plot and then have the future Legends Dome, which is something we worked on as a company. And we were able to see it from a dirt plot to nothing but steel walls to now a giant sports complex that is out there running and people are in it. So, there is a lot that can be fulfilled in that. One of the things to consider about the construction industry is they're well paid, skilled jobs that start paying day one. We're facing a jobs shortage in the construction industry, and that means that there are just more jobs for people of your age and people that are interested in the industry. There's also job security. We all unfortunately went through the pandemic in the last 3 years, and there was a lot of disruption. There's lots of other things that can cause disruption in jobs, in working. One of the things that didn't slow down was plumbing and construction on that end. We continued to work. People still needed us. People still need electricians. We still have to be able to function. So there is a lot of job security in having these skills as a trade. People can't replace you. More importantly, machines can't replace you either. So affordability. This is something that we will talk about later as well. But being able to become a professional in the construction career is very affordable. There are paths that you can take that create no money out of pocket, and you will be getting paid on day one. So in the sense of finding a career that you can do for the rest of your life, live well, and do all that stuff, starting with zero debt is an amazing thing to accomplish. Ask any of the adults that are sitting around you. It's an amazing place to be able to be. The need for trades, we've touched on this a little bit, but 80% of plumbers right now are 50 years or older. 80% of our licensed registered plumbers. So we're looking at in 10 years, a lot of these guys are going to be retired, and we're going to have a huge deficit. And looking at this also goes for electricians, this goes for roofers, this goes for tilers, this goes for all of the industries. With that, there's going to be major career growth, major financial growth, a big push to get you in there and get you learned on the things that you need to be able to succeed in this industry. So what are the pathways that you can take to get into construction if that's something you want to do? If we look at this wonderful little colorful diagram here, you guys are kind of in the first box here with graduation, GED, certificate of completion. The most important thing to do right now is to get your schooling done. You want to get your high school diploma. You want to have that in your hand. That's going to be a huge success for you, no matter what type of path you want to take. So keep that in mind. Some of you have a plan. Some of you know that you've got 4 years of university, 4 years of college, and that's what you're going to do. And that's great. Some individuals have the option for military, which I also think is great. They put a lot of hands-on training that you will get as well. There's 2-year colleges and trade colleges that are an option, and there's apprenticeships that are a large option. We're going to talk a lot about apprenticeships today, just as a different path that you can go down, other than a 4-year university or possibly a trade school. The nice thing with going into the military is you can come out of the military and still go into an apprenticeship, and the government through your GI Bill will help pay during that apprenticeship. So there is this great support for individuals that do go into our military. And then let's just talk about how an apprenticeship works. To become an apprentice, you need to graduate high school. You need to have a clean record, as in criminal record, and you are ready to go into an apprenticeship. An apprenticeship is the knowledge, the mentorship, the schooling, and the guidance that you are going to need to get all the way through to become a licensed trade person. Licensed with the Department of Labor, which includes all people that you see on construction sites, that you're not a plumber without being licensed with the Department of Labor. So the way to get to that licensed plumber status is to go through an apprenticeship. And that is 4 years of being mentored by a registered journeyman plumber or a master plumber. During that 4 years, you get paid from day one. You incur no debt, and you start getting hands-on learning as well as book learning on what you need to do so that in 4 years you are a registered, licensed journey person with the Department of Labor. Apprenticeships work through with electricians, carpentry, roofing, tiling, tinning, any of these jobs that, don't need a typical 4 years of schooling. You will have 4 years of on-the-job training that will be equivalent to your 4 years of schooling for you to then become a licensed tradesperson in the trade you may choose. Go on to the next one. So let's talk about apprenticeships. What is an apprenticeship? How do you get there? How is it different than going to college? How is this an option for you? Well, an apprenticeship is a program that trains you to become skilled in a trade and as a professional. As it says here, it's a learn while you earn model. Day one, you come on and you are getting a paycheck. You are working in the field. You are learning what it takes from day one to be able to be a professional in many of these trades. One of the great things is not only do you start getting paid from day one, which is really important, but your pay will increase as you increase within your learning. So you are not going to be paid on year 4 what you're being paid in year 1. That will increase. It does with all apprenticeships. Like we stated before, some of the common skilled trades, carpentry, plumbing, electrical, some of the things that, we don't think about when we think of construction is hairstyling. If you're being a hairstylist, you usually have some kind of schooling or apprenticeship, and you have to get registered with the Department of Labor as well. Hospitality, transportation, a lot of our healthcare models are going from schooling to an apprenticeship pathway as well. So there's a difference between your regular apprenticeship pathway and a registered apprenticeship pathway. The Department of Labor has really started to see that we're going to have a deficit in our jobs for our construction industry, which puts us at a deficit for being able to build houses, being able to build roads, being able to build hospitals and schools. So they want to increase the incentive and are seeing how important it is to have people in these trades and to know that, we all do important jobs, including the people that build your houses. So one of the things that they have developed is a registered apprentice program. And through this registered apprentice program, you work closely with the Department of Labor, and what they promises in 4 years, once you complete this program, you have a certificate that is equivalent to a 4-year degree. This certificate is you can use it anywhere in the United States. It is equivalent to a 4-year degree because they go through and make sure that in this registered apprentice program, you are hitting everything that everybody needs in the United States for you to be a professional. You will still receive the same hands-on experience with qualified mentors, and you'll also be working with a company that's invested in you for the long term and want to see you succeed as well. The difference between taking on a registered apprentice program as a company than just doing apprenticeship is we invest in the schooling that we're going to take. This schooling is free to you so that you can take the time and take that money and it goes to you while we're investing in you so that you can be the best and be the professional that you need to be as you go through this program. You again get to earn while you learn, and you pretty much eliminate the need for debt. There's nothing that you need to go into debt for while doing an apprenticeship, whether again it's plumbing or any other. You should be being paid from day one, and not only that, but you should be receiving guaranteed increases throughout your work. Every time you accomplish something that's in your program, there should be a guaranteed wage increase. And that is written into your promise with the Department of Labor and your company. So for a registered apprentice program, when you're complete, you get a nationally recognized industry certificate, again, equivalent to a 4-year degree. And a lot of the time, on national average, walking out of a registered apprentice program, being licensed as a plumber, you're going to start out at $70K. You're going to be able to go from walking in at 18 with a high school diploma to 22, which is only 4 years, which is not long at all, to making at least $70,000 a year. So that is not something that can be guaranteed through other means of becoming a professional. Some of the qualifications that you might need to get into construction is grit. You gotta, if you want to be out there on construction sites, you have to have a little grit to you. You've gotta want to be able to get dirty and love to be out in elements and all of that stuff. Many of my plumbers are hunters and motorcycle riders and have cabins and all kinds of stuff. They have a lot of grit to them and they love what they do. They love to see the completion of a firehouse and to see, there's a lot of grit, and that is something that's really good if you want to come into the construction field. Problem solving is good anywhere. You need it everywhere in your life. So anything that, if you have great problem solving skills, you are worth a lot anywhere, including in the construction industry. Dependability is important. You will find this in all of life, really, but dependability is important to get the job done. It's important to show up for people. It's important. Having the drive to learn and improve, as a student, hopefully you have some of that. Hopefully you never lose that in life. And, the more you drive to learn and improve, the better person you come and the better employee you become, period. Stay out of trouble and keep your record tidy. I know this is kind of hard for some of us, but this is an important thing as you move forward. Construction isn't the only possibility of people making sure this is important. Being respectful and keeping a tidy record is very important. now I'm going to talk to you about like becoming a plumber, and what we would offer and how we approach hiring somebody and how I how I talk up and promote our company. You know, if you want to consider a future in plumbing, it's not a job, it's a career. You will have work forever. And no matter what, people need you and want you for what you know and what you can do. You, even when you retire, you're going to be what you need. You, again, not a job, a career. You can take 4 years and become a registered plumber, a registered electrician, and own your own business. You can work for yourself and you will always have work that is needed. You can choose the type of work you want to do. If you like service plumbing, then service plumbing is for you. If that's not what you want to do, you get to build hospitals and you can build schools and firehouses and police departments, or you can build brand new mansions. There is a need for you on many levels. There are also plumbers. Licensed plumbers are one of the highest paid trades in the country, which is nice when you're thinking about your future. Now you guys are in school and thinking about your future, and one day it's not going to be all consumed with going to class. And now's the perfect time to start planning and thinking about some of the possibilities that you want to do and the future that you want to be able to have. As it states here, licensed plumbers don't just answer house calls and fix toilets. They help build homes, hospitals, schools, sports complexes, everything. The world does not function without our construction industry. There's a great opportunity for advancement in plumbing, to work on a variety of large scale complexes, innovative projects, high skilled military stuff. Plumbing is everywhere. You don't have to spend tens of thousands of dollars to go to college to get a high paying career. As we stated, many of the ones we've talked about, even the behind the scenes, are very high paying careers and are very much needed and a lot of fun. Plumbing and the trades is an excellent option for people who want to earn a lot of money without spending a lot of money. There's no need. You can walk into plumbing and not have any money at all and start earning on day one. Getting paid while you learn is a great and rare opportunity. Most people make you pay to go to school. We know that it's an investment in you, and apprenticeships flip that on its head and make it important to get you on the job training, hands-on training, and to get you in real world situations, as well as giving you the education that you need. Through an apprenticeship, you'll learn the train hands-on from an experienced professional. Some of these individuals have been doing it for 20 years, and they know things that you can't learn in a book. All the time, you're getting paid. So I know I keep saying that, but many of us who drive cars or like to eat snacks and go out and do fun things know how important it is to be able to get paid and to be able to participate in those things with the money. So we're going to talk about the plumbing pathway. Apprenticeships. We have recently started working with high schools and starting some high school apprenticeships and internships. And depending on your skills coming in, an apprenticeship can start anywhere from $16 to $20, and that's just starting. That is not the regular increases you get, and the promotions that you will get as we go through that. Residential plumber, which is 2 years into your journeyman process, you can be making $20 to $26 an hour doing the residential. And then 4 years later as a journeyman, coming out day one, you can be making anywhere from 26 to $30 an hour. Those jobs can lead to foremen, superintendents, estimators, um, project managers, project coordinators. You know, it can lead to many, many things. You can see some of the, averages of getting paid for those. But in 4 years, to be able to step out with that experience and that possibility in wages is really, really nice. And to give you some information, to break down the pathway to plumbing, you start as an apprentice. In 2 years, you test for your residential. And then in 4 years, you have your journeyman's license. At that point, your apprenticeship is complete and you're a journeyman. You can go on for one more year and then test for your master's license. And that's the highest you can get. And you can do many things being a master plumber. So that's kind of your pathway to becoming a plumber through apprenticeship. Here's just some more of the benefits of going into construction. I know I've gone over quite a few of these already, but there's paid training, paid in internships and apprenticeships, which means that there's no debt that can be incurred. You can do it very easily with no debt at all. Transferable skills, you can do this everywhere. You can do it anywhere. Again, with the next one, jobs everywhere. You can get this education here, and if you go through a registered apprentice program, then you can take those skills and work anywhere. Great pay. It doesn't matter if you're working in Tennessee or if you're working in Colorado. Probably make a little bit more money in Colorado, but it's going to be good pay. Company vehicles. This is something, I don't know if people think about or talk about enough, but once you're 2 years into your apprentice program and you become a residential plumber, a lot of times I know this works for electricians and other trades as well, you get a company vehicle and a gas card. So that's really important when you think about the money that you use traveling to work and doing all of those things. That's another benefit from your company. So, you get some company vehicles, you get boot and tool allowances, you get to build up all the tools that you need, you get to build up your own tool cache, if you like. You're supplied with a phone and a tablet, usually through work, to do your work, and to help offset some of the costs for that. Your labor can't be outsourced. We can't get construction work we can't send it to another country. We can't use computers or AI or any of that stuff. These jobs are not going away. They're just going to expand and change as our technologies change. And again, with new technology, new jobs are created. The way we do our job is different, but that doesn't mean that our job is ever going away. And this is an essential industry. People need us. People need people like us so that we do have places to live and roads to drive on and grocery stores to get food from. So construction is really important, mostly in our community. And this was just a little thing I wanted to bring up so that you could look at kind of like what it looks like yearly and compared to the hours that your hourly pay. It's easy to say. It's nice to be able to look at it, and so you can kind of compute and look at a realistic comparison of what you could be making as you get out of school, maybe before you get out of school, and then later on. This is just to help show you the different things that you may be good at, the things that you might describe yourself as, how you could then look at it as a job in the trades, in construction, anything like that. And this just helps, like being able to see where you can be putting that. Even something as, you like history, as simple as history, we preserve historic buildings and do work on historic buildings all the time here in downtown Fort Collins, and renovations, and it's really cool. So there's many different ways to look at the things that you're good at, the things that you like to do, and then be able to put them with realistic jobs in our community. Even rock climbing, I don't want to rock climb, but you might be good at it, and you could be really good at roofing, and you can make some good money roofing. This is a projection of what's going to be the construction job demand coming next year. And I thought this was very eye-opening, is we're going to need like general laborers. We're going to need close to 40,000 just to keep up with what we have. That's not replacing anybody we have right now. This is going to be the need from next year. You can look at carpenters, 21,000, like that. Again, another great apprentice job, another job that we don't have enough of. Masonry, heavy equipment operators. As somebody that works on large construction plumbing sites on a regular basis, heavy equipment operators are hard to come by. Iron workers, electricians, you can see plumbers there. We're going to need over 4,700 next year, new plumbers. And that's, not just apprentice plumbers, that's journeyman licensed plumbers. So there are a lot of jobs open. There are going to be a lot of possibilities. And this means that there's possibilities for growth, because everybody that comes in after these individuals puts these individuals at a higher place than they were before they came in. And so this is just a nice little look at that. These are going to be the jobs that are going to be in demand here in our state. Here's some facts about working in construction. We make great money. Construction is a lucrative industry. Our career allows us to take care of ourselves and provide for those we care about. The construction industry is also kind of fun. The community is nice and close here. We have a lot of opportunities to not only volunteer in the community and give back to our community, but there are parties and golf tournaments and all kinds of fun things that our construction community comes together and participates in. We're creative problem solvers. We think critically, we analyze situations, we challenge ourselves to find the best situations. We're smart and hardworking. I work with some of the smartest people. They can figure out anything, they can make anything. It is a great place and a great bunch of people to work with. We make a difference in our community. Like I said, not only do we, volunteer in our community on a regular basis, but a lot of the work we do helps children, schools, hospitals, stuff like that. These are the homes that we live in. These are the roads that we drive on, the water we drink, all of these things get touched by construction. All of these things get touched by plumbing. And it's really important that we continue to, or start viewing this industry as a very important and lucrative, is the wrong word, a really great industry. Lucrative, there we go, industry. And it doesn't have to be your second resort. It can be your first. And by 22, you can be way far ahead than a lot of other individuals at 22 going into jobs in the trades and or working with apprenticeships. I do believe that is all I have at the moment. Do you have any questions or comments?
Okay, we have a question.
Wait, so do you need your GED or diploma for HVAC?
You need your what for plumber for HVAC? I'm sorry.
Your GED or your diploma for HVAC?
Yes, you would need that as well. And it would be an apprenticeship as well. But pretty much any of the trades you're looking into, you would want a certificate of completion of equivalence to your GED or your high school diploma. A lot of times you will find programs that will help you get that as well, and to move forward so that you could go into an apprenticeship.
All right, sweet, thank you.
No problem.
Okay. You gave a pretty comprehensive presentation, so there probably wasn't a lot of room left for questions. So it was awesome, Lexi. Thank you so much. We appreciate your time and your wonderful presentation. And I know students learned a lot. Oh, hang on. Do we have something coming in? We do. How long did it take to get to your position?
My position with this company, I've been with this company for 4 years, and I was able to move up pretty fast and prove myself. To get here, I worked in early childhood development for a really long time, and then decided I was going to jump into something new and jumped into some project coordinating with a carpet company. And I'm really good at organizing and getting people together. And it kind of found this company and really got excited about helping them coordinate a lot of their projects. And I came in 4 years in, and they were looking kind of for admin, and I've moved up in the 4 years from admin to project coordinator to developing and writing the registered apprentice program, as well as a grant, and been able to get into the community that way. One of the things that I have to say is a lot of times just jumping in will get you far.
All right. Doesn't look like we have any more questions. So again, thank you so much, Lexi. We appreciate your time and your wonderful presentation. I know I learned a lot. I'm sure the students did too. So we're super gracious that you were able to come and speak to us today.
Well, thank you. And if anybody has any more questions about registered apprentice programs, possible jobs that they might be interested in construction, I have a lot of links where we can have you talk to, a tile guy or something like that. So if anybody shows any interest or has any interest and or on the admin and the backside, let me know. I can help set up possible jobs, job shadowing, stuff like that, just to help everybody get a little bit more interest if they're there.
Awesome. And how can they contact you? What would be the best way?
The best way would probably be my email. Amanda, do you care sharing it with them, or would you like me to put it in chat?
I think if you put it in the chat, that'd probably be the best. And teachers, obviously, you guys can always reach out to us at GSN, and we're happy to share her information as well.
And this might be more towards teachers than you guys. I would love to be a part of job preparation, and if anybody needs help with resumes and or mock interviews, even if you guys have something coming up where you're excited about a interview or something, I'm more than happy to sit down with you and do some coaching on that. It's something I've done just outside of my job a few times, so feel free to reach out.
Awesome. What a great offer. Thank you. So again, teachers, yes, you can reach out to Lexi directly or us at GSN, and we're happy to make the connection and put you in contact with her. So again, thank you guys so much for tuning in with us today. Lexi, huge thanks to you, and we hope to see you guys again.
Thanks, everybody.
Thanks, guys. Bye.